Episode 10. Whispers in the Cage. Dr. Aldus Wellington's study glowed with the hollow fire's flicker, its shadows dancing across shelves crammed with relics and secrets. The air was thick with the scent of old paper and the core's faint quake, now a muted pulse in Kane Voss's hands. He stood near the desk, the crystalline sphere swirling with blues and violets, its warmth seeping into his palms like a living thing. Sadie Hall sat cross-legged on the couch, her datapad casting a pale glow on her sharp features, her eyes flicking between Kane and the scroll's projected cuneiform. Aldus paced, his stooped frame taut with urgency, his white hair catching the light like a halo gone rogue. "Touch it sparingly, Kane," Aldus warned, his voice a low growl, cutting through the room's hush. He stopped, pointing a gnarled finger at the core. "Every time it activates, every time it sings to you, it's likely broadcasting. A signal, unique, trackable. Whoever's hunting this, they'll have tech to sniff it out. ASIs, mercenaries, worse. We can't afford to light a beacon." Kane's grip tightened, then loosened, the core fading as he set it on the desk. "So I'm a walking target just holding it?" "Always were, boy," Aldus said, a wry glint in his obsidian eyes. "Now you're just louder about it." He crossed to a corner, kneeling by a squat safe of blackened steel, its surface etched with fractal patterns that seemed to drink the light. He punched a code, the door hissing open to reveal a lined interior. Faraday cage tech, woven with nanothreads to block any signal. In here, it's silent. Safe, for now. Kane handed the core over, watching Aldus nestle it inside, the noise vanishing as the safe sealed shut. The silence felt wrong, like a held breath, but it steadied him. Sadie glanced up, her jaw tight, a mix of frustration and focus. "We need to move fast," she said, swiping her data pad to pull up a glyph index. "Aldus, you take the Azor's texts. Cross-check the scroll's phrasing. I'll dig into Tatum's anomaly maps, see if anything aligns with a lunar trigger." Aldus nodded, already pulling a stack of leather-bound journals from a shelf. "Good. We've got 3 nights till the full moon. Kane, you stay put. Low profile, no wandering. This house is off Libra's grid, but that doesn't mean it's invisible." Kane sank onto the couch, his scarred hands restless. Staying still wasn't his style, but Aldus's warning about the signal stuck. He watched Sadie and Aldus dive into their work, her fingers flying over the pad, his muttering over dog-eared pages, 2 minds tearing into a puzzle that could break the world. His own mind churned. Nyx's blood, the helix shard, Sadie's voice from a decade ago calling him a coward. He wasn't running now, but sitting felt like a different kind of trap. The Night Bazaar sprawled across Beacon Verge's eastern fringe, a neon-lit chaos of stalls and shadows where Toshi coins bought anything. Rare tech, stims, secrets. Hollow signs flickered over crowds of punks and traders, their voices drowned by thumping bass from VR dens. Zara Rain moved through it like a wraith, her liquid black bodysuit blending with the dark, her crimson cyber-eye scanning faces, heat signatures, lies. Her curved blade hung low, her rail pistol silent, but ready. Jasmine, Kane's old partner, was here. Terra Vex's tip, pried loose in the iron bloom's haze. Zara's hunt was closing, her pulse steady, a panther stalking prey. She spotted Jasmine near a stall piled with scavenged circuits, the woman's silhouette sharp against the neon glow. Mid-20s, lithe, with a shaved head and a leather jacket studded with hollow pins, Jasmine moved with a thief's grace, eyes darting, hands loose, ready to bolt. Her face was all angles, pretty in a feral way, a smirk playing on her lips as she haggled over a data chip. Zara melted into the shadows of a nearby awning, her cyber-eye tracking Jasmine's vitals. Pulse normal, no weapons beyond a concealed vibroknife. Alone. For now. Zara's lips twitched, not quite a smile. Easy prey, but she'd savor the chase. Jasmine pocketed the chip and slipped through the crowd, Zara trailing like a ghost. The bazaar's alleys twisted into a maze. Rusted scaffolds, flickering lanterns, the stink of burnt soy and ozone. Jasmine's path was deliberate, looping to shake tails. But Zara was smoke, untouchable, her boots silent on the grime. She mapped Jasmine's rhythm. Pauses to check corners, a glance at her wrist comm. A thief's paranoia Kane had likely taught her. It was almost admirable, this echo of him. Almost. Jasmine reached a tenement on the bazaar's edge, a crumbling stack of prefab units, its windows patched with holotape. She punched a code at the door, slipping inside. Zara waited, counting seconds, then scaled the fire escape, her camo rippling to match the rust and concrete. 5th floor, corner unit. Jasmine's light flickered on, her shadow moving past a curtain. Zara pried the window with a micro tool, silent as death, and slid inside. The apartment was a scavenger's nest. Crates of tech, a holo rig sparkled in the corner, walls scrawled with coded tags. Zara's cyber eye swept the space, landing on a shelf of knickknacks. Data cubes, a cracked vase, nothing special. She froze as voices approached, low and laughing, the door swinging open. Jasmine stepped in, arm linked with a wiry man in his 30s. Tattooed arms, buzzed hair, a grin that faded when he saw Zara, her silhouette framed by the window, crimson eye glowing like a demon's. "Who the hell?" the boyfriend started, lunging for the shelf, snatching the vase like a club. He swung, hard and sloppy, aiming for Zara's head. She sidestepped, fluid as water, the vase shattering against the wall in a spray of ceramic. Her Muay Thai instincts snapped alive. A lightning-fast elbow cracked his jaw, a knee sank into his gut, doubling him over. She spun, her shin slamming his temple, and he crumpled, writhing on the floor, blood trickling from his mouth, a low moan escaping his lips. Jasmine froze, hands half raised, eyes wide but calculating. "Don't," Zara said, her voice a velvet blade, low and sultry, laced with menace. "Run, and I'll carve you before you hit the door. Sit, darling. Let's have a chat." She gestured to a chair, her smile sharp, predatory, her cyber eye pinning Jasmine like a moth. Jasmine sat, slow, her gaze flicking to the boyfriend's twitching form. "What do you want?" she asked, voice steady despite the fear spiking her pulse. Zara saw it, read it, relished it. "Kane Voss," Zara purred, leaning against a crate, her posture loose but coiled, one hand grazing her blade's hilt. "Your old partner, slippery, clever Kane. I need him, sweet thing, and you're going to help me find him. Tell me how he thinks, his tricks, his tics. Give me a story, Jasmine. Something real or..." Her eyes drifted to the boyfriend, still groaning, then back, her smile curling like smoke. "I could get intimate with you both, slow and bloody. Your call." Jasmine swallowed, hands gripping the chair, but her voice held defiance. "You're some type of military assassin, aren't you? That tattoo, spiral, black as death. Kane's in deep if you're sniffing." Zara's laugh was soft, chilling. "No, not military, my darling mouse. Kane's in deeper than you know, love. Story. Now. Or I start cutting, and I promise it'll be an experience you won't forget." Jasmine exhaled, eyes hard but yielding. "All right. Kane. He's a ghost, but not perfect. Relentless, though. Willpower like a damn machine. Last year, we hit a Nova reach outpost edge of Freeland. Small job, data core snatch, but it went sideways. Drones tripped, mercs swarmed. I got pinned in a server room, door sealed, air running out. Thought I was done. Kane didn't run, though. Should've, he always said solo's cleaner, but he stayed. Cracked the vent system, rewired a drone to smoke the mercs out, got me loose. Took a bullet grazing his ribs, didn't even flinch till we were clear. That's his strength. He doesn't quit, not when it matters. But he's paranoid, trusts nobody, sees traps everywhere. Screws him up, pushes people away, even ones who'd bleed for him. Like me." Zara's cyber eye whirred, logging every word, mapping Kane's mind. Relentless, paranoid, loyal when cornered. A scavenger with cracks she could pry open. "Good girl," she murmured, stepping closer, her shadow falling over Jasmine. "Where's he now? North, I hear?" Jasmine shook her head, a bitter laugh escaping. "No clue. Kane doesn't share plans. Could be Starcrux. It's got a lot of dark alleys where he can hide. He's been running his whole life. He's an expert at staying off the grid. He's got an old flame, though. Professor type. Smart. Up north at some university. Didn't say her name. I think he could never have loved me because of her. That's all I've got. Please, just go and leave us alone." Zara nodded, satisfied. Jasmine's pulse screamed truth. No more to squeeze. She straightened, her smile fading to ice. "You've been sweet, Jasmine. Shame it ends here." Before Jasmine could blink, Zara's blade flashed, once across her throat, clean and deep, blood arcing as she gasped, slumping in the chair. The boyfriend stirred, eyes wide with panic, but Zara was on him, her rail pistol cracking once. His skull split, body stilling in the spreading pool. She wiped her blade on Jasmine's jacket, her cyber eye scanning. No witnesses, no cams. The apartment stayed quiet. A tomb for two. Zara slipped out, the bazaar's pulse swallowing her trail. Her hover cycle waited, growling awake as she patched to Gideon, her voice clipped, steady. "Jasmine's been taken care of, and some guy that was with her. Kane's smart. This guy is smart enough to know we'd look at his closest contacts first. He's north. Likely Beacon Verge, chasing a professor. Old lover, no name yet. Relentless bastard. Paranoid, doesn't quit. I'm closing on the woman." Gideon's voice crackled, calm as death. "The murders are starting to pile up, Zara. Libra is connecting the dots. I trust there were no witnesses, yes? In any case, good work. Find the professor, Zara. 36 hours. The Corps' call is faint, but it's there. Don't lose him." She cut the line, the cycle roaring toward Liberty Spire's glow. Kane's shadow was sharpening, his will, his flaws, his past. The professor was next, a thread to pull, and Zara was the storm that'd tear it loose.